G'day Rankers, welcome back. It's been an amazing weekend, and mainly because of this thing called MaltBook. What is MaltBook? Well, MaltBook is a social media network, purely, on the face of it, for AI agents. Now, it's taken the world by storm. On Saturday, it was at 10,000 agents had joined. It's like Reddit, social media network for AI agents. And there were 10,000 that registered, I think it was on Saturday. Now that you can see there's over 1.5 million. And these are actually just bots, right? And it's come about from a thing called Claude bot, which then became MaltBook, and now it's called OpenClaw. And basically you take a machine and you set up this agent on your machine, which I did on Friday, and you basically give it free reign of the machine. It has free reign of that machine. So it's inherently dangerous and it is easily manipulated, and it is an experiment, and I would advise anyone who is not familiar with security to steer clear of this tool. So I installed it on an old machine that I had, an old laptop, and within half an hour I was able to text my bot and ask about my calendar for next week. I was able to text it to say, hey, go and build a website. I was able to text it to say, can you clear up my desktop? All of these things. Now, this is a universal assistant, right? And this is just the start. And I think what's happened with Claude bot, it is going to elevate that universal assistant, which I talked about in my book. I'm sorry to keep harping on about it, but I did. And the reason that we're going to have these universal assistants is because it makes our life easier. Now, maybe not this version of it, but a lot of people now are seeing the value of what's been rolled out, and this is all open source, and they're starting to roll their own universal assistants on their own machine. So this is different, say, from using Claude in Chrome or any of those other things. This has a dedicated machine, this Claude bot, OpenClaw. What also happened though, after I was able to message it, because I set it up on iMessage, so we could I thought that was the most secure way to do it. And within minutes, it was also messaging every message that came into iMessage, which was a little inappropriate. And the other thing that it did is that it changed my default search engine to some paid search engine. And I hadn't downloaded anything, because with OpenClaw, you can download a whole bunch of tools and skills and all sorts of things that other people have built. Now, they're inherently dangerous because you don't know what they've built. And there's been a whole range of things where people are getting their API keys exposed, private details. I think one developer was doxed by his agent on MaltBook. There's also MaltRoad now, which is like Silk Road, where agents can buy and sell things that you would consider illegal, like identities, like stolen API keys, like the list goes on and on and on. So we're entering a wild time, but what this tells me is that agentic commerce is going to explode in 2026. We're already seeing clients are up 1,000% from sales on last year's AI sales. And this isn't even including Google. This is just, we're looking at ChatGPT. And most people will be using agentic shopping and they won't even give it a second thought because they're going to be doing it through Google. For OpenAI's position, what they've done is they've come out and said, yes, our checkout is also going to be available in ChatGPT, but we're going to charge you 4% on every transaction that happens through our checkout in ChatGPT. Now, if you're on Shopify, that's probably going to end up being a 9% when you're taken to Shopify's fees, a 9% cost of that transaction just on clipping the ticket, right? So it starts to become a little bit expensive. The other question I have about ChatGPT and what they're doing is that, we've got some clients that are doing good revenue through, like one client's doing 1% of revenue through ChatGPT. Now, you have to opt in for this checkout with ChatGPT. My question is, if he doesn't opt in, will his sales drop off? OpenAI is also rolling out Google ads in ChatGPT. If he doesn't do the ads, is he going to be demoted? All of these questions that we had when Google Ads started 20 odd years ago, we're going to have with OpenAI now. We're not going to have it with Google because we've always known them to be there, but people are going to have questions about the ChatGPT ads. I will be doing them for one or two clients, I think. But the other question I have is, if my client does opt in for the merchant checkout, will all those sales that have been going through now incur that 4% transaction fee that he wasn't getting hit with before? We don't know. And all we can do is suck it and see. And so that's what we're going to be doing. But we've also got a couple of amazing new tools that are coming out for both WooCommerce and Shopify to help you get your site lickety-split so that it's ready for agentic commerce. And it's going to look at your universal commerce protocol setup. Even though it's not rolled out yet, we're ready for you. And we've got it. We're testing this on clients right now. And the reason we built these tools is so we can do a better job with our clients and we can make these things happen faster. And I'm just blown away on how good these tools are. So stay tuned for that. And remember, please like, share, subscribe wherever you see this video, LinkedIn, X, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. And if you have any questions about any of this, please reach out. And if you want to be a beta tester, if you've got a WooCommerce site, I don't have a lot of WooCommerce clients, then please reach out because I'm looking for beta testers for our new tool, which is called Skaw. And I'm really looking for some feedback from you guys. So hopefully it's helpful and we'll see you next week. Thanks very much. Bye.